From the runway to the red carpet. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 iconic fashion labels.
Oscar de la Renta. I just put this dress on and right away it was so easy to wear.
For this list, we're taking a look at some of the most beloved fashion labels of today, whether they come from the old school or born out of the new.
He's been pushing a very highly sexual, somewhat aggressive style.
Number 10. Stella McCartney. As the daughter of perhaps the most recognized name in music, Beatle Paul McCartney, young Stella had a few obstacles to overcome in the fashion world. But once she became the creative director for Chloe in the late 90s, it was only a few years before she launched her own fur-free, leather-free, self-titled fashion line. With efforts that range from a completely organic skincare collection to a collaboration with Adidas, Stella has connected with the modern woman, even if some of her collections are most definitely exclusive. Hers is a versatile fashion label, one that often mixes tailoring with femininity, and it's led by a woman that knows how to adapt her brand. Number 9. Marc Jacobs. Born and raised in the Big Apple, the self-made man behind the Marc Jacobs line earned accolade after accolade while still in his early 20s. And ever since the early 90s, he's somehow managed to capture the essence of American youth, season by season, trend by trend. Some designers thrive on high fashion stylings, and only high fashion. Yet Marc Jacobs tabbed the one and only Miley Cyrus to sell a recent spring-summer collection.
Me and Marc, I think it's important to find people that are not scared to believe in someone that's rebellious and someone that wants to continue to make a difference.
That move might have been considered ironic, since Jacobs has also stated that his clothes, quote, are not hot. Never, never. Take some grunge, add a dash of preppy and a hint of couture, and you've got a Marc Jacobs line. Number 8. Givenchy. Known traditionally for its sophistication, ladylike aesthetic, and high-style pieces, nothing says luxury like this brand.
The couture gowns that had the fringing was just stunning, and all the face art. The whole thing just came together so well. I loved it.
Founded in the early 50s by Mr. Hubert de Givenchy, this line was made famous by Audrey Hepburn in a variety of iconic films. Today, Givenchy stays in line with the zeitgeist by taking bold approaches to color schemes while retaining its elegant aesthetic from days gone by.
El amor es algo que no se puede comprar.
Even if you're not familiar with the history of Givenchy, the average MsMojo viewer has certainly witnessed the likes of Rooney Mara and Beyoncé displaying their love for the respected French brand. Number 7. Balenciaga. From the Basque Country of 1919 Spain to the hottest boutiques of today's most fashionable cities, the House of Balenciaga has long been a favorite of aspiring and established fashionistas. Decades ago, Cristobal Balenciaga's strong fabric game changed haute couture fashion, and by that we mean the designer was known for his experimentation with textures and materials. Not only that, the man was an innovator who completely revamped the accepted feminine silhouette by playing with different waistlines and shapes. The brand that bears his name shows no sign of slowing today, with stars like Halsey, Nicki Minaj, and A$AP Rocky throwing shoutouts their way.
She got a lot of Prada, that Dolce & Gabbana. I can't forget Escada and that Balenciaga.
Cristobal passed away decades ago, but the Balenciaga name is alive and well.
Cigarettes in tiny liquor bottles, just what you'd expect inside her new Balenciaga.
Number 6. Oscar de la Renta. A native of the Dominican Republic, the late Oscar de la Renta was originally trained by Cristobal Balenciaga. And while many may recognize his bridal wear of today, he was famously the man behind Jackie Kennedy's style way back when.
She arrived on the best dressed list the same year that her husband was elected president.
As such, he was a trendsetter who set and changed standards by blending the simplicity of the American style with the opulence of European fashion, especially after launching his eponymous brand in 1965.
A woman is not a flat canvas. The principle is very similar. You try to create something that has that has appeal. But it's so much more exciting to be making clothes.
The name itself rolls easily off the tongue, and for many modern women, it's a symbol of absolute elegance. A beloved brand that's a dream to adorn yourself with and most definitely ready to wear at all times.
From the front, it looks like kind of a very fluid column dress. And then you turn around and suddenly there's a bustle and there's an oversized train. And you had your huge wow fashion moment.
Number 5, Versace. Italian, ready to wear, Versace. Already, some of you are drooling from the mouth. And hey, we can't blame you. Founded in 1978 by Mr. Gianni Versace and carried on by his sister Donatella, this luxury brand is one that is not afraid to play with print or color, and lots of it. Known in some circles as the rock and roll designer because he's dressed musicians like Elton John, Versace has also helped celebrities like Elizabeth Hurley and Jennifer Lopez earn themselves some major recognition by outfitting them in some of the most elegant Versace dresses.
Well, Jennifer, this is the first time in 5 or 6 years that I'm sure that nobody is looking at me.
You don't just look good in Versace, you look fantastic. Or should we say simply fabulous. Number 4, Prada. You probably can't put a face to Mario Prada, the label's founder and yet another notable designer from Milano. But you've heard of the phrase, "the devil wears Prada," a reminder that even horrible people have a special place in their hearts for the exquisite, ready-to-wear fashion label.
Coat!
Michael just rented The Devil Wears Prada.
Founded in 1913 to sell leather products, luggage, and handbags, it took time for Prada to reach the prestige it carries today, as they only launched their women's prêt-à-porter line in 1989. But Prada's expertise and influence have made the company's unobtrusive logo a status symbol. Despite being one of high fashion's crowning brands, they still keep it fresh for the average consumer while showing a willingness to expand their demographic reach from year to year. Number 3, Alexander McQueen. As the preeminent designer of Givenchy in the late 90s, the iconic Lee Alexander McQueen established his own self-titled clothing line as one of the most daring of the new millennia.
There's no point in doing a show and everyone walk out, oh, nice clothes. You spend thousands on these things, you want some sort of reaction at the end of it.
And that's because Alexander McQueen's runway shows and fashion lines were legendary for their shock value and pageantry. Of course, that willingness to experiment earned McQueen the title of British Designer of the Year 4 times in less than 10 years. What's more, David Bowie once hired Alexander McQueen for tour get-ups, which speaks volumes in terms of style. Just a glimpse at one of McQueen's truly cinematic runway shows, and you'll understand how the late designer and his label injected a heavy dose of hyperrealism into modern fashion. Number 2, Dior. Amid the ashes of World War II, one Frenchman set off to revolutionize the female approach to daily life.
During the war years, because of fabric rationing, clothing became very subtle and almost boring. And when Dior introduced this new look post-World War II, it really was about opulence.
Dubbed the New Look, Christian Dior's innovative vision quickly spread across the globe, appealing to the modern woman of the day with its typically flattering hourglass silhouette and full-skirt design.
Dior brought the shoulder in and sloped it, and he nipped in the waist, and he had incredibly full skirts that dropped down to the ankle.
But with each passing decade, the brand has managed to stay relevant. Today, Rihanna has become the first Black woman to serve as the face of Dior. And while neither Christian Dior nor John Galliano directs the brand any longer, both men have certainly played an integral role in defining the modern woman's relationship with the iconic brand.
I want to wear everything. It was very edgy, but still very Dior, and I'm excited about the stuff I'm going to get to wear.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Chanel. Her name was Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel, but the world knew her as Coco. And it was her use of jersey fabric that reinvigorated female fashion as post-World War I society embraced the coming changes.
She shortened dresses, revealed ankles, freed the waist, eliminated corsets, revived jersey, cut her hair and bronzed her skin. Chanel closed one era and launched a new century of fashion.
Chanel took a practical approach towards making women look and feel good. The fragrance, the handbags, the little black dress, and the iconic Chanel suit.
Oh, it's beautiful. Can it be a real Chanel? Huh, it is.
Coco just couldn't stop working, and her constant hustle set a new bar for high-end fashion labels of yesterday, today, and surely tomorrow. By shunning the 19th century's structured and restrictive fashion and embracing more wearable colors and cuts, she became the most influential designer ever. Modern fashion is derived from the innovations of Coco Chanel, and her label continues to influence women across the globe. Do you agree with our list?
Get me Armani.
A suit?
On the phone.
Like the main company number, because I'm gonna have to call information.
Where's Armani? He's on the phone. Too slow.
What fashion label do you think is the most iconic?
Fashion is a work of passion.
For more fabulous top 10s published daily, be sure to subscribe to MsMojo.